digital presentation is the sizzle.
Yep.
What's the feedback on that there? Has it been as impressive as it looks on the outside, or are people still getting used to the presentation part of Advice Designer?
Still getting used to it is what I would say. So I've probably been surprised by how much people are just crunching out SOAs really fast on the system, which is great. I suppose that's the pain point that's there, and ROAs too, which it does that too.
It's good feedback.
We're noticing, which is great. Like, people are going, look, this is paying for itself just on one SOA a month, and I'm ahead, right? And that's great. But we are noticing the sharing. So we track all our software stats daily, hourly. I think every second we can track everything, but we don't. But stats are that we're still only seeing roughly half of the SOAs actually shared in the digital version at this point. Now, I think that's a lot of it's down to just early in the adoption cycle. We're only really 3 months in from launch, and we've onboarded about 20 practices. So it's still early days, right? And I think for some, it will take 6 months for this to become more regular. I'm quite close to a guy called Pete McCarthy, who was the founder of My Prosperity, and so he, he's now, and so he shared a similar journey. He reckons ours has been quite fast, our take up, compared to what he saw.
Cool.
Trying to get client portals going in the mid 2010s was hard, right? So I just think anytime you bring in a step in the process that actually involves the client, that's a bit slower. So I'd like to check in again on that probably mid-year and see where we're going. Younger advisors absolutely are just using digital far more quickly. I think what's going to change it though, Clinton, is we're launching this month, funny, I speak about My Prosperity, we are launching an integration with them. So effectively, for anyone that uses My Prosperity as a client portal, which is about 500 practices across Australia, Advice Designer will actually share the digital aid directly to the client portal that they're already using. So I reckon that's going to change things a lot. I've always had this view that, like when we do it in our consulting business, you walk into an office and you see, I look at what's open on people's screens. They'll typically have the 2 screens, and it's always Xplan and it's always Microsoft something. And I reckon a client, it's worse. A client's, this thing and whatever's on their screen. So I just think for an advisor to command attention on someone's phone, it's pretty hard, right? And so if they are already using some form of client portal, then I think we've got a better chance of getting those digital things shared that way. But we're not just looking at My Prosperity. We'll integrate with anyone's client portal. So we'll look at Xplan's client portal if we can do that. We'll look at platform client portals too. Whatever we can do, we'll do it.